Hi, I'm supporting the refugee week this year with a few of my friends who are artists, have different occupations, but also wanted to contribute. I have Fangga with me. He's a close friend who also has at one point studied in Newcastle. I'll just give Fangga the chance to explain about her stuff.
Oh, hello friends. So I am Fangga. Currently I'm working with my own brand, and actually the brand is like a retail product, merchandise product, which have a lot of pattern on it. So therefore maybe today's topic will be related into pattern design and pattern making. Should we start?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. So let's start with the presentation. So it's creating simple surface pattern or motif design, and specifically in design and textile, because actually pattern have a very wide range of studies, like even in architecture or in natural science.
Could you explain a little bit more about pattern? What would you consider as a pattern?
Oh, okay. So let's go to
okay, that's your
next slide.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. So what is pattern? Everyone will ask about this. And if we search from the dictionary, it's actually any regularly repeated arrangement, especially a design made from repeated lines, shapes, or colors, or on a surface. So actually the key point is repeated here and arrangement. The object can be anything actually, even just a random colors. And also there's another definition which I really like. This is from a book called Pattern Design. Is actually the explained pattern is where color and texture meet and make music. So it's like you can combine a lot of objects, a lot of colors into one surface, but if you make it right, it will create a harmonious drawings or illustrations that fit well. So in this term, more is like pattern in surface. So the next thing is that this is the examples of pattern. So this one is pattern called by William Morris. It's actually used for wallpaper. And this one is inspired by a poppy flower created by Maija Isola for her brand Marimeko. That's actually quite famous. And this one is a very interesting approach for me because it's using a natural print, using a real eucalyptus leaves created by India Flynn, and it's actually the originator of eco printing. So maybe the next question is, when was the pattern created and who did invent it? So by the way, if you have a questions in the middle of this presentation, please feel free to ask, okay? So it's actually created by human, of course, but it's created long time ago. So it's since time immemorial. Why? Ta-da! Because early human community or civilizations have created like this cave painting by repeating their hands, and it can be also categorized as pattern because it's repeated, and maybe actually they're trying to like telling stories or ceremonial purpose. And it also leads to the next questions. This is another example. Like this is a 500 years old tablet from ancient city, and this pattern is actually symbolized writings in that era. Like they want to telling about some things and recorded it into a tablet. So why does human create it? It's actually for human expressions. And the interesting part is somehow It's showing how human minds work. Telling stories, also like giving a cultural, ceremonial, and heritage, decorative elements. And for the examples, human expressions and minds, it's very related on how that cave painting works at the beginning. So sometimes like when humans see a lot of things at the same time, like nature, your surroundings, actually human mind construct it into a symbol or a pattern, so make it easier to understand. Like this is the very simple examples of early human pattern. Like they're actually telling how the hunting is going on that day and how the community doing their social life. And the next thing is telling stories, heritage, and ceremonial. These two patterns created on textile is actually a traditional fabric creating in Indonesia. And this one is using the technique ikat weave. It's very popular in Indonesia. And actually like this fabric, usually telling their stories and used for a very important event like ceremonial or even like a gift when a celebrations like wedding or having a birth. The ceremonial example is maybe in this motif. Like you can see like the horse and someone riding on it. That's actually a ceremonial event in Nusa Tenggara Timur. And for this is our national fabric, is called batik. It's actually from Japanese words. And this motif called asparang usually used only for the royal families in that time. It's usually used for a ceremonial. And sometimes they have a different pattern for different kinds of ceremonial. Or in modern times, it was used for decorative elements like interior design for wallpaper or textile industry. It's for clothing, or you can see the background too. This one like for the background, or as simple as accessories like bag, clutch, sock, or even a stationery. So this decorative element is leads to about the surface pattern design. So what is surface pattern design? It's actually designing a pattern on artworks for many kinds of surfaces. It's very connected with our daily life products. Like right now I'm using clothing with a lot of patterns on it. Keisha also like using like flower patterns, or maybe you can find your book cover or your bed sheets, and there's a lot of things like phone case, like even wallpaper, notebooks, textile, anything. And this is the examples of the application of surface pattern. So this one is my work. I created this fishes pattern for the shirts, and this one is the birds pattern, and we can use it for stationery like notebooks. Okay, and how do we create pattern on textile or any surface? It's actually we can use a lot of way to creating this pattern on textile or surface. Like in traditional method, maybe we are using hand paint. So this is the example of hand painted batik fabric. Actually, batik is from the words of Japanese is batik. It's actually Dutch writing, and it's using like a wax material to cover the colors. And this one is traditional weaving. from Indonesia. You can see the women is cutting this traditional fabric. Or using stamping or lino cut print, it actually can be applied on textile or even wallpaper or art prints. Embroidery also can be used as the technique to create the pattern. This is the natural dye, using real leaves or organic product to making the pattern. And this one is digital pattern, so it actually can be just lines, geometric shapes, a very simple one, and process into a machine print or digital printing machine. So simple hand-done greeting card pattern. In this page, we will try to make the pattern into a simple greeting card just by using paper and pen. But until this point, do you have any questions?
Not from me. I think it has been really interesting so far. I want to know more.
Okay, so it's actually a very simple process. We will explore a lot of kinds of drawing. Nothing fancy. It's very simple. Yeah, just using like paper, pen, marker, pencils, or any surface materials. If you can find coins, it will be very good. So let's start. So this is the examples of a simple greeting cards that I made just from the blank papers, marker, this marker, pencils, pen, and you can see here it's a wood charcoal and textural object like coin surface. Actually, you can use anything like even leaves, soil, stone. Because I will show you about the methods. So creating a pattern is more about being imaginative and creative. Doesn't mean like we need to have a very advanced skill. So this is my mistake actually. It's actually called as rubbing. So actually just put a textural surface at the bottom of your paper and start rubbing with your pencil. And you can see like you can find the motif of the coins on your paper. It's very simple. And second thing is just being random. It means like being playful with all the objects that you can find around you. Like this one, I'm using like a wood charcoal. Sometimes like some objects can give you colors like coffee stains, red bricks, and it can be very random. Like this one, I just like.
Food has a lot of like color, different color.
Yeah, and it also have a different texture, and you can play like, what will it becomes like that.
That's cool.
Like this one, it's like a bushes, like a tree, flowers, and the third one is you can find the inspirations everywhere. So this one is from foliage or leaves. I find it around my house. Like it's very easy one. Just creating the leaves. And you can just make a simple shapes. Like doing this long one with a lot of straight leaves, or just make oval shapes and give the lines. And apply to the greeting cards. Ta-da! It's actually, sorry. I just clicked it. Maybe it's around here. Okay. Do you want to try it? See
Yeah.
So actually just carve a blank paper. It can be also like a lined paper like this.
Yeah.
You can make it like just a natural cut or using scissors. I also have it. And just fold it after I cut the fabric. After I cut the paper. So you can make it for a birthday, greeting cards, or a congratulations card, party card. It's actually anything you want. So I'm making like one for my friends. And I apply the first step by rubbing the coin. And just place it everywhere. It's also very nice if you have like a different size of textural surface, like big and small. And that one is the small one. And this part, actually, you can use like a thicker pencil, like 6B, rather than using charcoal. Actually, like pencil also works for this technique, like using the tear apart paper and find the texture sheets from the tear part, the tore part. And put any kind of drawings. It can be foliage, flowers, or like random dots, geometrical shapes. Lot of leaves and foliage. And you can also put like just a simple geometric lines, like stripes motif. Actually, like a simple grid lines. It also can create a gingham pattern. And voila! It's just a simple greeting cards, and you can write inside it like "Hello, Keja." But a smile.
Very easy and very simple.
Yeah, it's actually nothing fancy to create pattern. Just like playing with what you can find, what is your imagination, trying with even like stamping part. You can use like this arrays of fruits, like cut it into half and just playing with colors, just stamp everywhere. It's actually very simple.
It's very, very easy. I made mine, which is very, very simple. Just like smiley and smiley and smile.
Like smiley emoji.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Yes, that it's been very helpful. I guess it would be helpful for us to fill in our days with a little more imagination and creativity while staying at home.
Yeah, true. You can just playing a part.
Thanks for showing us as well that art doesn't have to be very complex or very fancy, and it could be inspired by things surrounding us. I'm sure all of us has been learning a lot from this tutorial.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, I hope that can like brighten up your day, maybe.
I guess that's it for today. If any of you has any questions for Fangga, you could just type it in the YouTube comment box, and one of us probably will check it at some point and then answer your questions. You can always try to make as many cards as possible. Send it to N.E.S.T volunteers maybe, or your friends, or Bridget, or just maybe anyone you know that might brighten up their day. Thanks a lot again, Fangga. And I'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay, see you. Thank you for having me.